Hey, welcome back to welcome back to part 2 of my penthouse update and another segment of Nobody Asked Me, but I'm gonna tell you anyways. And actually, I might change the name of that, but right now, that's what we're feeling. So, we're gonna just jump right into it, but disclaimer, okay? Or tip, whatever you want to say. If anybody wants any of these designs and stuff that I'm doing, I will gladly share it to the gallery. And when I say designs, I'm not talking about the house and such, obviously. We went over that. I'm talking about the updated versions. Or if you guys want some of my characters, I will gladly share. I am all about sharing, but I will not share my food. And that, my friends, is a hill that I will die on. You know what? One of these days, I'm just going to do a thing of hills that I will die on. And sharing food definitely is number one. Because I feel like it's wrong. I'll buy you your own food before I share mine. And I feel so strongly about it. Nobody's going to stop that. Nothing's going to ever change that. Ever. But, anyways, back to another segment of Nobody Asks, but I'm going to tell you anyways. And at the top of my list, only because it's very, very recent and I'm watching it right now, I want to talk about Desperate Housewives. I'm going to give my opinions on the show. For starters, actually, I'm only going to give my opinion up to season 4 because my memory is just a little foggy. Now, mind you, I watched this show originally, I want to say at the end of last year. I want to say it was at the end of last year. But it has been one hell of a year and I forgot most of it, so I'm rewatching it. And right now I'm on season 4. But these are some key things here to start with, okay? And if you haven't seen the show, go ahead and give it a watch. It is so good. It's so good. But, y'all ready? For starters, I hate Susan, okay? I can't. Her character is mad annoying. In the beginning, I did feel sad for her because she was the only housewife out of all of them that she didn't have nobody. Like, her and Carl, I think she starts to show off, let me see. Yeah, I think she starts to show off with her and Carl being divorced. Her daughter, Julie, is a little snotty know-it-all. I don't really care for her character either. Like, she's respectful, but I don't really care for Julie. I don't really care for her. But anyways, although I don't like Susan because she's super, super desperate, like, she's desperate, she's annoying, she wants everybody to like her, she wants to fall in love and get married and blah, blah, blah. Even though she is super annoying and super desperate, I am going to have to say that Edie is even more desperate than Susan. And I know, culture shock, oh my God, how is Edie more desperate than Susan? Let me tell you why, okay? Edie has no loyalty, okay? She is a cold-hearted Barbie. Like, that's Edie all day. For starters, Edie was trying to go after Mike. I think Susan was like, she liked him first, or I think Susan introduced herself. I'm not really sure. I can't remember how that went. But after, her and Susan was going back and forth, I'm pretty sure, like, it was obvious Mike was feeling Susan. But anyways, if that wasn't enough, that's strike 1 of her being desperate. Strike 2 is when Edie started dating, what's that man name? The one that looked like Homer. Carl. She started dating Susan X. So now, like, if I was Susan, I would be like, I don't understand. Like, I would take a bite of a sandwich or some pizza and be like, do you want this too? Because obviously it's a trend going on. It didn't work out with Carl. So then she hopped on to Carlos. And I'm just like, girl, like, are we just going through all the men on Wisteria Lane? Nobody else peeped that? Like, I think it's crazy. Oh, and then not to mention, so this is what makes Edie the most desperate housewife. And she's not even a housewife, okay? Honorable mention. Just wanted to let you guys know that. But this is what makes Edie the most desperate because, was it season 3, I want to say? Because this is 4. It might be season 3. Might be season 4. But, yeah, I remember when Carlos was like he was going to leave her because she didn't want a baby or she couldn't get pregnant. It was something like that. And Carlos was like, he just wants to be done. He wanted to break things off. And then Edie, being the person that she is, she got up on that chair and she tied that scarf. And I'm just like, that's crazy. But bringing it to reality, this is how a lot of people act. I think that's absolutely insane. But thus, going back to my original point, that right there in a nutshell is what makes Edie the most desperate housewife. Okay? And then outside of her being desperate, Edie just flat out was not a good person. Like, ever. I'm trying to think. No, she wasn't a good person. She wasn't even a good mom. Like, that is so sad. I forgot completely that she had a kid. But I think season 3, I think we're on. I forgot completely that she had a kid. Like, her kid had came for a brief moment. If you go back to the beginning of the show, like, she mentioned she has a son. But, like, you never see him until, like, season 3. And then I think that's all you see of him. Like, she a bad mom, a bad everything. Like, I just don't understand. That's enough of my Edie hate train. But we're going to go to my next hate train. And y'all know who I absolutely cannot stand on the show. Like, I think it's like neck and neck with Susan. I cannot stand this man. Drum roll, please. Actually, cut down the lights. Okay? Get so close right now. I can't stand Tom. I said it. I can't stand him. Oh my God. Tom is like, outside of Carl. Well, Carl don't really count because we didn't really get to see like what he was like, what Susan, or like just married in general. But Tom, oh my God, he is the most whiniest, annoying husband. And again, he is neck and neck with Susan for the most annoying character on the show. Like, at first, I liked him. I liked that he was supportive of Lynette. Actually, no, I think I'm lying. I think I'm very much so lying. He was supportive when Lynette wanted to go back to work. But other than that, he was just like a crybaby. Like, all this man did in the show was cry and whine that Lynette was better than him at the job. That he didn't want to take care of the children by himself. That he didn't want her to go back to work. And the crazy thing is, Lynette, I love her. I have like a hate-love relationship with her. I love Lynette because her first thought is always to hit somebody or to threaten them. And I feel like action is the answer, okay? Whether it be violence, whether it be some words exchanged, but action as a whole, that is definitely the answer. So that is why I love Lynette off rip. Now, I don't agree with all of her decisions and stuff like that, but we're going to talk about that later. Anyways, I had to commend the hell out of Lynette when she found out that Tom had a little secret love child. Now, me? I wouldn't have stayed for that. I couldn't. Granted that Tom and the mother said that, it was like it happened off of a one-night stand, but still, like, Yes, see how that lady was acting? She was in love with Tom, and her plan the whole time was to get, I wouldn't even say that's her man. She just wanted him back, and it wasn't going to happen. Honestly, I was happy when she died. I know that's mean to say because that little evil girl was without a mother, but I was real happy when she died. And speaking of which, of that little girl, oh my God, Lynette is stronger than Lynette is strong as hell to have to deal with not only the mother, who was very annoying and needy and just terrible. She dealt with the little girl too. The little girl was from hell. The little girl said that Lynette abused her and that Lynette did X, Y, Z. And Tom, this is what made me hate Tom even more. Tom never sided with Lynette until the end. Like, until it was too late. And it's like, understandable what his situation. He got his wife in one ear, and then he got his daughter in the next ear. And it's like, what does a person do? Do you believe your wife or do you believe your child? And it's like, I can see why he was conflicted in most things, but it's like, at the end of the day, the little girl is a child, okay? And actually, wait, before I even go any further with that, at the end of the day, this is Tom's child. I don't know why so much responsibility was on Lynette. I don't know why she was like so involved with the little girl. I commend her a lot. I guess, like, you know, that would make her stepdaughter and stuff like that. But it's like, Tom, this your kid. Like, he already don't take care of the kids that they have already. But you got an additional kid. And, like, how is this Lynette's responsibility? I never understood that. Like, I commend her off rip for accepting the child as her own, but it went entirely too far for me. And I really, really hated Tom. And then not to mention, let me see, what else did Tom do? Tom had slept with Lynette's friend. It was like 20 years ago when they had broke up, but still, you foul as hell for that. Like, you mad foul. And I'll never recover from not liking Tom. It's nothing that he can do, especially with the whole pizza situation when he tried to open up a restaurant. Like, it's nothing that he could say or do to make me like him. I'll never do it. He don't have any kind of backbone at all. He's an impulsive thinker and doer. I don't even know if that's a term, but you get what I'm trying to say. But anyways, enough about Tom. They definitely killed Rex off too fast. I think in season 2, I want to say it's season 2, like right before he died, if y'all remember, him and Bree, like, started to get along. Like, they started to get their relationship back. And I was like, they were so freaking cute. And then he dies. And I'm just like, dang, like, y'all did not have to do him like that. It was so foul. I do like Orson with Bree, but I still wanted to see her with Rex. And from what I'm remembering correctly, I know at this point I'm jumping around. I do know that Orson goes to jail, and then he hates Bree because Andrew was supposed to go to jail, and Bree never made him go to jail. But that's a different story. I hate Tom, okay? I hate Tom. I hate Carl. Oh, I absolutely love Carlos, though, except for that one scene where he, like, I think he was about to go to jail, and he wanted to make sure that Gabby was loyal to him and, like, she wasn't sleeping around. Oh my God, speaking of which, bro, why was Gabby never in jail? Like, this show is so wild to me. It's very wild, and it would not survive today because people are too sensitive. Much like The Office, it would be canceled immediately. People would be offended by everything that's said and done on that show. But again, that's another topic. I'm going off on a tangent. Anyways, back to Gabby. Why was she never in jail? Like, hello? She is, I don't know how old Gabby was, but it became public knowledge at this point. Actually, yeah, it became public knowledge that she was sleeping with her underage gardener. Okay, a high school student. Everybody knew this, and everybody was just like, okay, today's Tuesday, and we're having tacos. And I'm just like, question mark, question mark, question mark. Like, everyone just sweeps it under the rug. Like, nobody says or does anything. Like, mind you, and then she did it multiple times. And, like, I think she continued, like, after the mom, John's mom found out. But I was just like, how come she never went to jail for that? I found that to be absolutely crazy, but I digress. She should have been locked up. And it's just like, it's so ironic that it happened that a woman was a predator to a teenage boy, or just, you know, a teenager in general. Because it's like, that happens in the real world too, and nobody bats an eye because it's a woman. And it's like, hello, women can be predators too. But again, I'm going off on another tangent. Anyways, look at what I did. I definitely, oh wait. The place a little dusty, but it's okay. I got a vacuum. And I'm going to give y'all a little quick 360 of my updated place. That I'm done with my little my little tangents for the day. But if y'all never watched Desperate Housewives, please get into that show. It is so good. It's so good. It's so many layers to it. It's a bomb series. At first, I was just like, I'm never going to watch that. But it's so good. I was wrong. Anyways, check out my new house. And as always, thank you guys for listening to my little rants. It's greatly appreciated. Make sure you share. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay? More content on the way. Bye.